I'm gonna vlog now. Right now, it is 10:22. And this is my cat, Merkin. This is what I look like right now. I don't know what I want to do today. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2022. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, 2026. I'm living in 2022. That's the problem. My neighbors are moving out of their apartment. Tonight's their last night, and they're moving right now. I've got a 3D print going. It's supposed to be this, which is like it's a little compartment, and it uses a Gatorade cap, and I'm gonna use it for just to organize a little bit of that. But yeah, they were like, oh no, Bruce is really lenient, which I'm really happy about, because I've been really worried about that. Like, what if the worst happens and we get kicked out of our apartment because he ups the lease or something? And I just don't think that's gonna happen, which I'm really grateful for. But it lives in the back of my mind all the time because I have to worry about something. So today I need to call my buddy Logan. I have one errand that I have to do, and I have to drop a package off at UPS because it was a gaming chair, but they didn't include all the pieces for some reason. And so I asked for a refund, and I'm refunding it. That's $80 down the drain. So I have to do that. And then I was thinking about just taking a leisurely stroll and, I don't know, vlogging a little bit of what I do throughout the day. That would be fun. I could edit it, maybe. Give me a little project. I need to talk to Logan because I have to get my resume up and running. I'm trying to be a better person and get a job. I don't know how much money I'm gonna spend today. I really hope it's not a lot. In this economy, who knows what's gonna happen. But I cleaned up my bedroom. My ivy broke. I have to fix that. What else did I do? I had some tea outside and this book. I finished chapter 11, which was probably the hardest chapter to get through in this book. I don't want to spoil it. But, witch trials, that's all I'll say. Main character witch trials. And it's still going on. I really don't want to spoil it, but you know what? I'll just give you a warning because I wish I had one. They killed the cat. They hang it by its fucking neck, they beat the fuck out of it, and they kill it. I cried. I'm not gonna lie. I was outside on my patio this morning with like some tea, just reading my book, and it was gruesome. Like, it was like 2 sentences worth of detail, but in that 2 sentences they're like, yeah, the thing really put up a fight. But we had to like fucking beat it to death and wring its neck. I low-key started crying, and I was trying to hold it together because my neighbors literally across the hedge were watering their plants. So that's how I started my morning. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then I'm gonna change my clothes and run some errands.
Welcome to my crib.
I don't want to wear this. I also am very sweaty. So I'm gonna try picking an outfit for today. I'm pretty bad at this. Low key, probably a skirt. Okay, how do we look? I like it. I feel like I always kind of rock this like bra, sports bra thing. And it is technically a bra, I just don't give a fuck. Cause if I gaslight people into thinking it's not a bra by just wearing this without a shirt on, then they don't think it's a bra. That's the strat. That's the strat. I do that at concerts a lot. I'll wear bras that aren't super skimpy, maybe like lace or something like that, but like a bralette. And I just won't wear a shirt, and I'll just wear something else and I'll style it, and people don't register that it's a bra. That's how I get around like the whole walking around without a shirt on thing, especially in the summertime. Goddamn. Another thing is, like, I don't know if I fuck with the skirt as much as I thought I was gonna. I mean, sorry, I'm like standing behind my bed low-key. I don't know how much I'm like fucking with the skirt right now. I'm gonna see what it looks like with shorts on and get back to you. So. I wear these shorts a lot. They're my PJs. Let me see how this looks. I don't know. I think it kind of loses the whole, like, this starts to look inappropriate with these shorts on. I'm gonna try not these shorts. I'm gonna try jorts and see how that looks. Let me get my jorts. Okay, maybe the jorts are the right thing, because I found in my pocket, I found 3 feathers. 1, 2, they're kind of fucked up. 3, they're kind of fucked up. They're kind of fucked up. And I found 2 honey sticks. Oh, what's in the other one? Hang on. I found some sort of pit of a fruit. Let me see how these look, because I might fuck with it. Fuck with the jorts? I feel like they hang too low and they're too big. This is my problem with my jorts, is I bought these when I was like really dysmorphic. And I thought that my waistline was a lot bigger than it was. So I bought these jeans. And they were huge. They're like size men's 42 or some shit. And I thought they were gonna fit me, because I thought that's the only thing that actually was fitting me. Because I don't ask, you know, fucking logic. And so now they just kind of do that, which is like, they just fall down, and if I use a belt on them, then they just fuck up. And if I was thinking about just like, you know, doing the thing where you just stitch here, but the pockets are, like, I would have to stitch so far back that the pockets meet, like they touch, which is not good. So I might either jort a new pair of jeans or just go find jorts or something. I don't know, but I really fuck with my jorts. I don't know if I fuck with it right now, though. I think I'm gonna have to go with the skirt, because that's been the best. So. Yeah, I think the skirt pulls the bra off. I don't know if this is dirty or not. I've been wearing... This is dirty. Has period stains in it. This is clean. I don't even know if I want to keep this. I'll just put it on my bed for now. You know, I was thinking about going to Goodwill. I think this is gonna be the fit. Okay, we're gonna, Jesus, fuck me. We're gonna, beep, beep, beep. put in location. I should probably not show this. Name UPS. Okay. God, it's so hot in here. I'm gonna miss my neighbors. I'm gonna really miss my neighbors. It's gonna be so sad when Ambrosia's like this way, I think. When they're gone, because I miss my neighbors. They're really, really nice people. And I really hope that my neighbors that are gonna move in, so that apartment's 1 bedroom for $900 a month, which is not that bad. Really, really not that bad in today's market, today's economy. Which, I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna, you know, go pretty quick. Oh, pretty purple flowers.
In half of a mile, keep right.
All the cicadas are already going. But yeah, no, I'm just like, I hope it's no one crazy, and I really hope they're my age. I don't really want to have a bunch of prudes move in next to me, and I really, really don't want them to be super messy, and because we already have a cockroach problem, and that's just because of the place that we live in. I mean, it's dirt. Like, I wanted to live here because I don't like living in the city, and at least the cockroaches here, they're not black cockroaches. So we get black cockroaches, but I don't see them enter my home ever. I see brown cockroaches, which is a lot nicer because they behave more like beetles. You know, they're not gonna go after, I mean, they kind of just want the coolness in your house. They eat dead leaves and they don't really go after your garbage that much. They also don't like really feed off of, like, they don't multiply in your house. I don't have that kind of cockroach problem. It's just they live in the ground and they're native here. Sure, whatever. Probably not native, but probably actually really not native. But they live here, so there's no getting rid of it, you know? I just don't want them to be drawn out of the ground more if I get messy ass neighbors. Because that's gonna give me problems, and that's gonna give the upstairs neighbor problems. I didn't know there was a UPS over here. Cool. I also really hope they're my age, because it's nice to be able to have a drink with someone. And I have a patio. I have a fucking patio. I would like to be able to make friends with my neighbors and drink with my neighbors. Whee!
You have arrived at your destination.
Where is it though?
The route guidance is now finished.
Oh, it's up here. I did not fucking know there was UPS up here. In this, like, shopping center. Oh, should I get ice cream? Chat, should I get ice cream? Ooh. Oh, there it is. Look at that. I just always bike right past. Let's see if I can pull out and in. Oh, it's a fucking handicaps. Let me go get this package moved and then I'll come back. All right, I put the package. I gave the package to UPS. I'm really thinking about LaFleur right now. It's an ice cream shop. It's really, really good, and it's really, really hot outside. I don't know. Should I have self-control and not eat ice cream at? Dude, it's lunchtime. Fuck off. I'm eating LaFleur. Fuck everything. I'm getting ice cream. They're fucking closed. Closed. It's like 11:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday. Why would you be closed if you're... Dude, it's like 95 degrees outside. Why the fuck would you be closed? I'm gonna go see... Maybe the LaFleur downtown is open. Even though this one's the best. Okay. Let me drive downtown. Am I a cyclist if I ride a bike? That's something that I'm now debating. I ride a bike almost exclusively. I never drive I rarely drive unless I'm going somewhere on the outskirts of town because I live downtown. I bike a lot. Like, I own a bike, I bike a lot. Does that make me a cyclist? Because there's a certain aura if you're a cyclist compared to if you just ride a bike or you bike. Saying someone's a cyclist is like the people that spend exorbitant amount of money on pointless garbage. I don't know, spandex, like $4,000 free hubs and like crazy ass carbon fiber frames. It's just a lot. And they're really always super pretentious about it. Like, and they always have to pretend they're a car. They go in the same lanes that we go in, and then they tell us to share the road. Like, no, stay in the bike lane, first of all. That's pretentious cyclists. Those pretentious cyclists are who I grew up with. And that's why the people that ride bikes, you know, they tend to be just so inseparable. But up here, you know, I ride a bike. I ride a cheap-ass bike that I got from Amazon for like $180, and people think that I don't think anybody thinks I'm pretentious. Let me park somewhere really quickly. I just wear, you know, whatever. So forgive my bad driving. I know I'm a terrible driver. I absolutely know it. But that's just mostly because A, I'm a woman in a big car. And B, I mostly ride my bike everywhere and my driving has gotten bad. I'm gonna see if I can park in here. In the shade. 96 degrees. Private parking? Hey, that's not very nice. I don't know if I would be considered a cyclist if I wear a shirt and jeans and shoes, like standard shoes, and I ride my bike. I don't know, maybe I bike. I'm a biker. I bike. I'm a bikelist. I don't know. I'm just a normal person. I think that's what I am trying to, that's the point I'm trying to get across. Let's see if I can park in here. It looks to be parking. Look at that. Beep, beep. Ah, registered guest parking permit required. Fuck me. I know there's public parking somewhere in here. Keep getting blue balled. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. I almost hit that car. Here's another thought. Pride Month thought. Pride Month thought in the parking lot. That rhymed. That rhymed. Okay. Sometimes I feel like when you come out as a lesbian or bisexual or pansexual, people are like, oh, cool. Oh, I didn't know you were a lesbian. Oh, wow. But then when you come out as gay or asexual, it's kind of like, whoa, I didn't know you. I don't know why I have to know about what's going on under the sheets. Even in like LGBT friendly spaces, I've recognized this. Like, people, especially I think in the asexual community, who don't experience like complete asexuality. You know, we're not a monolith. But I was just thinking the other day, because I don't identify as completely asexual, because I think that doesn't define me. I don't think it really tells the full story. Whenever I say, oh, I'm asexual, like, I'll come out as asexual, but people usually, they'll want more of an explanation, and when I give them the explanation, I will put into that I'm actually agosexual or agosexual, and then I'll explain what that is, because nobody knows what that means. And then I'll get the reaction of like, okay, I don't need to know what's going on under the sheets. I don't need to know what's going on in that room, you know? You keep that to yourself. You asked, motherfucker! God, what? What the fuck? You asked! The conversation steered that way. What the hell? God, and it's the same shit when you're gay. And that's just mostly because men are more pushed to act straight, and it's more like deemed, oh, you're just a man. When you're a lesbian, you're just like, oh, she's just a woman. She can do whatever she wants. She's just having some fun. But with men, it's a lot more of a feat, I feel, to come out, because people don't usually they usually just say, oh, I don't want to know what you're doing sexually. I don't know what your sexuality is like. And that's just like when the same woman could come out as lesbian and she'd be like, oh, okay, darling. Like, I don't know, but I feel that the same thing. I just, I don't know. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. Did I lock my car? That's my spot. Okay, I got the bell. I got the J album, Nara. Is it Nara? No, it's This Is All Yours. It has Nara on it. Honestly, it's a really good album. It's a phenomenal album, and it was like $40, so you know what? I don't care, it's worth it. I'll be playing that shit for a long time. I've been also really wanting it on vinyl, too. It's just something that's really nice for an apartment, I think. I keep it in my car. It's a really good album, just in general. I'm really glad that I got it. The only reason it's so expensive is because of Left Hand Free. Left Hand Free is on there. And it's also kind of a fat album. It might be a double disc, I'm not too sure. But I don't know. I think it's a little overplayed. I skip it the same way I skip Fitz Pleasure on Awesome Wave, just because it's kind of overplayed. It was kind of the song that's like the song I found the album through. I played the fuck out of it when I was, like 15. But it doesn't suit the album. It's a very, like, you got this sort of mellow vibe, and then you just got this shoot up, this like boop boop, and that is what Fitz Pleasure is. And then it just quickly settles back down again. I think it's a little out of place, but I don't know where else to put it. I kind of like the fact that it's a little out of place. So, is it really out of place then? That being said, I think that Left Hand Free is out of place at all. I just think it's overplayed, because everybody knows that song, They hear they see the album and they're like, oh, yeah, that's the album that Left Hand Free is on. And you're like, shut up, just listen to the whole album. Any other part of the album, that's the most like commercialized song on that album. Just sit down with it, start to finish. It's the same thing with Kid Amnesia. You have to sit down with it, start to finish. And just listen to it. Get a little high, smoke a little weed, play some Yumi Nikki, and listen to All J on repeat. It's genuinely like the best way, in my opinion, to play Yumi Nikki. Yumi Nikki is another one of those games where, because it's just kind of like you wandering around, I think you do have to be a little bit stoned to play it. And I think honestly Radiohead is just the best album or just the best artist to listen to play that kind of game to. Especially Kid Amnesia. Highly, highly, highly suggest. If you're going to play Yumi Nikki, get really stoned and listen to Radiohead. What else? What is another thought of mine? Oh, dude, the floor is open. I think this might be my final purchase. Should I go to the floor or should I go to the boba shop? I might go to the boba shop. Oh, my favorite shop ever. My favorite ice cream ever. What is this Argus place? It looks like it's like a bar. $15. Jesus Christ. Wings and all you can eat for $15. I really thank God this is AI. This is not an AI piece, and I'm grateful for that. Hi, could I do the taro milk tea slushy? Add lychee and stuff to that. My Moby. I kind of want to tell a story time. It happened to me yesterday. So, I was at the park. I was at the river. I was swimming. But there was like lots of kids and stuff around, and I said I just want to like look for a new spot to go swimming. So I went on my bike and I went up the trail a little bit. I went up the trail and I found some shaded, shallow water. And I looked down in the water, I looked up the creek. I saw these two people and they were like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Hey." We were kind of yelling at each other because we were like a distance away. And I just thought they're they're partying. Sure. I'm like, "It's deeper over here, you should come over." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I rode my bike through and I noticed that, it was a homeless encampment. And I didn't really care at that point. You can tell they're just having fun. And the guy had like a phone and everything. Like, he wasn't crazy. And then there was like another girl who's like missing teeth. You could tell they were both like on drugs. But I was just kind of sitting in the water and they're having fun and we were talking. And it just kind of dawned on me that like as we kept having conversations, I noticed that like beyond the drugs, beyond the pot, beyond all of it, they were just blatantly stupid. And you probably would look at me and be like, "Yeah, fucking of course. Duh." But it baffled me a little bit that we were just kind of on different levels. And I was like okay with talking to them, but I didn't feel like I wanted to. They offered if I wanted to smoke. And I was like, "No, I don't want to smoke." And, well, they asked, "Do you smoke?" And I said, "Yeah, I smoke." And then they asked, "Do you want some pot? Do you have any papers?" And I said, "I don't have any papers and I don't really feel like smoking right now." And they respected that. They're just fine. But it just kind of made me realize that, like, first of all, these people are people. They are not animals. They behave like there are homeless people that will behave like animals, and I literally don't pity them at all. I get that. But there are the minority, not minority, actually majority, I would say. They're the majority that are, just human beings. And it's not that I pity them, because a lot of the time they chose that kind of lifestyle for themselves. From the sparse amount of interactions and conversations I've had with unhoused people, between here and LA. First of all, here is a lot nicer than LA. I've had conversations with people living in tents and encampments in LA, and it's a different story. But here, it's heartbreaking to see that, it's my generation. It's our generation that's next. I've given money to kids probably the same age or younger than me that were outside the grocery store. And what sucks even more is the fact that I know that if I make a mistake, I'll be in the same position. Like I was at one point in the same position. Kind of. But, if I didn't have a car to sleep in. I don't know. Either way. But as I'm talking to these people, it made me realize, first of all, that they were human. They were just human beings. But second of all, that they were on a very different level than I was intellectually and desirably, I want to say. I don't even know, I recognize something in them that they only live for the here and the now, and they didn't know too much else. I tried to talk to them about basic shit, I don't know, some of the bosses in the area. I recognize, okay, I'm not stupid. I recognize that me talking about mushrooms and fungus is not necessarily the most riveting conversation. But when you're stoned, anything is a riveting conversation. So I was talking to them, and they couldn't even retain something I said from 2 sentences ago. And I was like, I don't want to hang out with these people. And it's not to say that these people are dirty or crazy. It's that these people are just beneath me. They're people and they're beneath me. And it made me realize how many people in my life are the exact same way. They're beneath me. I know others will definitely look at me and say, oh, well, I'm beneath her. We're all beneath each other and we're all above each other. And it's not that simple, but to a certain extent, I'm starting to kind of think about who in my life I should cut off, who in my life is holding me down, who in my life, how can I be more frugal around the people that I hang out with instead of just hanging out with anyone and like everyone and anyone. And that's something that I really need to take into account at a school like Chico, where the minimum GPA is not that high. Even then, I mean, my class, me being in civil engineering, is definitely like we have great minds. We're not stupid. I've never met a single person in my degree who is genuinely, I would consider, stupid, which I'm very happy about. But there are some people at the school who I would not be spending my time with if I had the choice. And I think it's only been realized to me now. I really need to be very stringent about the people I give my time to. And I need to make sure that the people in my life can lift me up rather than make me stagnate. And then that comes to another point of, throughout my entire life, I've realized now, but I've always thought of stagnation to be on the same level as going downhill. And I hold others to that standard very frequently, and I feel extremely guilty when I am not on that standard. Even though, I mean, me getting a boba, I could even consider that to be stagnation, because I should be getting a smoothie and not spending my money and, you know, doing all this other stuff. But there's a certain point where I want to feel like a human. You know, I want to have a sweet drink. I want to have a treat. I don't constantly want to be pushing myself. And when I do push myself, I mean, I would like it to be rewarding. And it is rewarding. I'm very grateful that it is. I don't get, like, boba and stuff very frequently. I really don't. Last time I got boba was probably like a month ago, like over a month ago. So I am definitely not, I am stagnating, but I don't want to stagnate. And the people in my life, I recognize they want to stagnate, or they don't mind stagnating. I think if the guilt is there, that's all I care about, because at least I know that that means that, like, you don't want, I know that you don't want to live your life like that. And if you don't want to live your life like that, well, there's potential. I have potential in your life for improvement as a human being. But if you feel okay with just sitting in the same spot, not learning anything, not doing anything, not having any kind of hopes and dreams or aspirations, I don't think I want to talk to you. And they don't have to be very big aspirations. Your aspirations could literally just be, I want to get out and go to karaoke, or I want to go to a bar and socialize, or I want to eat healthier, or I want to do something. I want to go somewhere. I don't want to keep going home to the same computer screen and to the same vices and relying on the same shit just to get me by. I don't want to just get by. I want to live. I want to improve, and I'm tired of surviving. Sometimes I feel like people's survival instincts are not very good. Especially when their survival instincts involve sitting in the same room all day and not trying to do anything new or push themselves in any capacity. That's what I hate so much about bed rotting and comfort culture and bed rotting culture. It's seriously the death of you. You're not defying anything, and you're not sticking it to any man. You're literally just killing yourself in the slowest way possible. Okay. So final haul I got was the final haul I got was an Alt J record. Oh my god. My fans are going off right now. An Alt J record, and what else? A box of incense cones and boba, which isn't not bad, I will say. I got to look at some pretty art that was really overpriced, and I know they're by local artists and shit, but I'm just gonna go this way. I also wanted to re-up on some of the points I made about the story with the homeless encampment. Oh, there's yeah, you go. Here you go. Police officer. I wanted to make a story about or I wanted to re-up on the story about the homeless encampment. I wanted to say that it wasn't necessarily me thinking that oh, these people are just, trash and they'll never improve in their dogs and their animals. Like I said, I have experiences with hobos who are violent and aggressive and will sexually assault and want to sexually assault and want to traumatize you and tear you apart. Not that I've been sexually assaulted by a homeless person, but I've nearly been sexually assaulted by a homeless person. And I will say those kinds of people fucking exist, and they exist in LA, and they exist when they're in danger. But it's also this is a global recession. Of course you're gonna see homeless people in a global fucking recession. That's just the reality of it. Like I said, because of that you see a lot of people, normal people, who are homeless, but also you see a lot of really just drug addicts. You see a fuck ton of drug addicts. And that's what I mean when I say stagnation, is that it's not where you are, it's your lack of initiative to actually act on anything or improve anything in your life. And that initiative is, in my opinion, what breaks people from, it's the difference between surviving and living. I think, if all you want to do is survive, then then yes, go home from your 9 to 5 and go play your video games all night and have like zero routine and drink and do the same shit over and over and over. It's the same thing where it's like, well, you could say, well, at least these people are having fun in a lake and they're camping every night because they don't have anywhere else to go, or a river. And it's like, yeah, you could fucking say that, but when all you do is get high to the point where your prefrontal fucking cortex, like your cognitive function is just so declined that you have no actually desire to improve yourself. Like, it's the same shit. You're not living, you're just surviving. You're surviving the same way the same way you've always known how. It's the same thing that puts you in this mess, and it's the drugs. Sorry. Wow, what a dick. That guy just sped right past me, almost hit my bumper. But yeah, and that's also why I say, like, I put it in the same thing as bed rotting. I bed rot, right? I bed rot sometimes. It's fine, because I'm depressed. I'm genuinely, I'm fucking depressed. But I still feel guilty for it. And the fact that I still feel guilty for it means that it's the mental illness, and it's not me. Does that make fucking sense, or does it sound like I'm being mean and pretentious? I don't think it's a bad thing to feel guilty for bed rotting. In fact, I think that's a teller that you're a good person and that you want to improve. You want to make something out of your life. It's just circumstantial. Whether you want to run from that guilt, that also determines how I feel about you. I don't like people that run from guilt. I think that means that inherently you're a bad person. Once again, it's for the same kind of improvement logic. I think that if you run away from guilt, then you are not somebody that I really want to hang out with. And if you yourself catch yourself from running away from guilt, you need to face it. And if you don't catch yourself running away from guilt and someone calls you out on it, if you get mad and if you throw a tantrum and try to run even further down your hole, then that sounded wrong. Then I think that is indicative of just somebody who doesn't want and will never improve in their life. That's my hot take. Hot right off the fucking grill. Yeah. Guilt is a good thing. Guilt is a really, really good thing. If we weren't guilty, we'd be assholes. And some of us are, because we don't feel guilty. There's nothing better than apologizing and trying to make amends. And there's nothing better than making amends with yourself, I think. That is a good leave-off point. I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna see what kinds of things I can get up to.